Hello, darlings. So this is the Monday before my LGS's store championship. I've got a couple of decks that I'm thinking about playing for it. This week, so I'm just going to be playing around with them, trying to get my deck decision made before the tournament. The first deck that I really want to grind a little bit with is Red Deck Wins. It's the deck that I have entirely made up in paper, so it's probably what I will wind up playing. My only question about playing it is I don't like its matchup against control, and there happens to be multiple control decks at the LGS, so yeah. Hopefully I get to play a few games against some form of control. Let's go. Alright, round one, what we got? What we're gonna do? Hello, is that Kellen? Alright, let's see what we got. I mean, it's a one lander with double high claw is... I agree that there are better sevens, but even this is good enough if I draw a land, and I've got a lot of time to find that land, I think. Although, seeing my opponent with this as their sleeves make me think I might not have as much time. So, let's go. Because this is... yeah. Okay. Okay, that's not a bad start. Not convinced I want to reset it, but we will. We're going to attack first. Debate the grow. Probably just going to play out Needlehead. Yeah, just play out the Needlehead. So if Moonshadow gets big and scary enough, okay, that's all okay. Let's just be aggressive. Make it hard for them to block with Inti first. Agreeably as fast as they are, I'm either Viper, bounce Moonshadow, or I Razorkin and just make this race. Yeah, let's make the race hard for them to difficult enough. They're at 10. So 7 on offer here. Do I need to block? It's like I want to block, but I don't think I need to block. I'll take 7, go to 8. I've got 6, 7, 8 on board, plus this Viper that can do other things as well. Yes, ding ding. And we can present lethal. Lethal through 2 blockers, is that doable? Yes. So we'll bounce the biggest blocker. Slams. You're taking 2 on the attack. And scoops. I would be really happy if I had a Boulder Dash. Maybe I need... I've been floating with the Ral in the sideboard. We've got nine blue sources now, so it's probably only really good in those control matchups. But what do I want to do right now? I would like to not do an awful lot. Harriers just started a bit poorly. I want vengeful possessions with potential 7/7s on on the opponent's board. They're deep enough into Multiversal Passage and presumably Start in Town as well, so there's a non-zero amount of links I would like to bring in. Nova Hellkite's going to get a little bit outpaced. Don't want to get rid of them all because it's a good hard curve turner. Yeah, let's try this. Okay, here we are. Yeah, interaction and a late game plan. Gotta hope it's okay. Lead on shock. Is there a good reason not to burst right now? I don't think so. Hitting Inti is almost equivalent. Iron Shield Chef. Okay. Let's just get squelching. Yep, I'll go to 17. Viper. I think I just want Viper in play. We'll get the Viper in play. Possibly have a removal spell coming in here. Let you pay the life. Yes, I'm okay with all of that. I could have used the shock in end step to get opponent hellbent, but similar things about to happen now. Another piece of removal would be pretty excellent right about now. That's not a piece of removal, but that is another body that we can be doing stuff with. We can set goes. So let's have Viper Chump. Force the discard. Let's see if we can get you top decking. You do have another thing you wish to discard. Okay. I mean, maybe I should have gone the extra one and got them fully hellbent, but this is equally fine. Big old body. Yeah. This isn't good for my side of the race, but this is fine. I'll chump with the High Claw this turn. Need to find an answer for this. Iron Shield. Okay. This does give me reach. So I've got, you go to 10, you go to 6. Yes. I think there's reasonable chance to push here. 5 from the links, 4 from the burst. Plus we can do stuff with Soulstone Sanctuary. You're presenting 7. Maybe you... okay. It's quite easy for opponent to have a removal spell. I mean, I need to find another burn spell. That's as simple as we can get it. Firebrand. Firebrand does work. Take out the chef. Slam in. Slammies. And then we can go for the overkill with the burst lightning. What was a statement piece? Don't need to kicker it, but we might as well. Alright. Alright, round 2. No red sauce. This. It's a lot of interaction. It really would like to see a second red sauce, but if we just ship the needlehead, we don't need to worry about it. Let's just get on the board and get aggressive. Opponent leads on island. I am confused. Should have expected the spell snare, but I'm happy to get it out now because I don't think Viper's that important. Okay, so we're maybe trending towards playing against Jeskai here. I think that's reasonable shout. Something slightly controlling. Just going to keep... I don't have a wide rate. Okay. Okay, so we are playing against Lessons, which... This is an... Oh... It's not a brilliant matchup, but it's fine. Going to keep these burst lightnings in hand for as long as possible so we can make sure we kill Gran. Got some wisdom. We've got a one she. Well, dang it. Don't have to worry about contending with it if we can just deal with it. Shocking, they're at 14. Second National is frustrating, but we've still got body on board. We've got a little control element in this burst lightning. another one she, another burst lightning for it. Feel bad. I meant to say my burst lightning's for Gran, but Gran's not doing a whole lot right now. We'll get the Ashenil down. Be mad if it gets hit by combustion technique. No combustion technique. I'll sit on this firebrand. Haven't got a hell of a lot to be doing, so we're just going to do the obvious. There's the combustion technique. Let's just use this firebrand whilst it's about. Try and get the closeout a little bit shorter. My best draw is Nova Hellkite. This possibly gets immediately popped. I mean, Burst Lightning also works real well. And kick it. Okay, so going into game 2, game up. This is it does not counter spells too well, so let's do that. Let's have a little bit of interaction with the graveyard. Let's take out the Harrier. Squelch is pretty damn good in this matchup. Ashenil feels a little awkward, and shocks really don't do quite enough. I would like an untimely malfunction just to try and squeeze on the monuments. Firebrand's not doing awful. Actually, Firebrand's doing really almost nothing. We'd rather have Harrier and just be a little bit more aggressive in the early game. We've got more than enough ways of interacting with Gran if we need to. Mess up the graveyard. Win a little bit in the win a little bit quicker in the late game if needed. Yes, I like this. Round 2, game 2, let's go. Okay, this is a nice little curve. Slight debate whether shock and steam vents is going to be worth it. Yeah, I just want to kill off Gran. The makes this hard claw stick out a little bit more like a bit of a sore thumb, but that's okay. Means we've got. I mean, I probably should have led on mountains, so I've got tap lands to keep on going. But we'll double spell. Nice draw, nice draw. Keep the Grans dead, especially with missed land drop. Yeah, let's just get clocking. There was no ordering of trying to preserve the higher claw there. I mean, I do want to do this just to up the speed. And possibly, yeah, sure. Am I going to try and play around Quencher? No. I mean, if you want to quench the Hellkite, that's relatively okay. You might want to try and kill it. It's also okay. Would like to see a land on my next turn. One shield lined up for chumps. Okay. Price of Freedom is a feature of the other deck I'm thinking about playing for this weekend. I mean, I did ask for a land, so that's nice. I mean, you basically have to chump with one sheet, so I might as well burn your face. Get the case down, draw some cards. Built my own divination plus. Okay, so you basically got 3 things that you need to contend with over the next couple of turns. Oh, there we are. Nice and easy. Can I... Round 3, let's go. I go first. This is more on the draw hand, but it's still really fine. Yeah. Yeah, if we're not entirely sure. I mean, opening with Burst Lightning is probably pretty decent, but I don't think I need to stress about it. I mean, I'm slightly tempted by Needlehead, but Needlehead looks like it's going to be always good in this matchup, so for the moment we're just going to manage the board. Another Tiger Seal. Seals and otters and all the googamoos. Yeah, I just want to manage this board. I don't need to quickly lose sort of matchup where I'm going to be mad that I don't have a third case available. Duelist, yes. Let's lead on Ashenil. See if we can't encourage our opponents into preserving lots and lots of card draw, action in their hand. Needlehead can come down. I will attack with Ashenil because I don't think I'm doing much else with him. Want to keep on the basic train. I get to represent a little bit more with an untapped land there. Opponent's taken another 4, they're at 8. Okay, I'll take 4, I'll go 14. This higher claw is quite frustrating. I mean, I'm quite comfortable with the attack first. I don't feel like I'm close to suddenly losing. And you're just dead on your draw step, am I right? Yes, just dead on your draw step. Okay. Sideboard, here we are. Let's have Sears, because Duelist of the Mind is quite swollen, so is it's not Fable, it's FOMO. What else do I want in this matchup? Possibly want one of these, possibly want a zero number of those. Firebrand gets outclassed a bit too quickly. Caravan Harrier is also going to get clogged up quite quickly. This looks relatively entertaining. Let's go. Okay. I go first? I mean, if I'm going first, let's try and be aggressive. That sucks. Okay, I guess we're trying this. I think getting to 3 and having this case do some work is our best option for this 5 card. This is okay. I mean, with opponent letting us go first, I'm not sure if that's a sign for other things, but we will think about it. Because provided I don't win this on a mull to 5, we've got decisions to make about our game 3 plans. I will sear the seal. I'm just going to continue to manage the board because that's the hand that I've drawn. You can have a Riddler. I would like to fire off some of this from my hand. I've got a case that I'm sitting on. If I can get this ETB's 2B divination, I'm in love. Kind of funky little bluff to get the Mako played. So next turn, really want to see another land. We're just, yeah, haven't got a lot to be thinking about. We're just hoping to fade a few options. Okay, there's land. Let's drop this case. Try and find some Gaius. It's not Gaius. Okay. Yeah. We're losing. Yeah, we're just going to lose. There's no point in playing it out. Okay, that was upsetting. That was a mull to 5, so that's pretty okay. I'm going to be on the play, so I do kind of want to get my real nice 1-drops back in. I don't care about nicking your bodies. And trim on a hell. No. Let's trim on shock. Yeah. Try and get a nice curve out if we can, and we should be able to just rocket through this matchup. This is not a keepable hand. This is almost keepable. So I think I'm more concerned about managing FOMOs and seals than the Mako, so we'll keep C and pitch the burst. Okay, double Hellkite. Slowly getting me a little bit more competent and confident with this hand. We are going to use a Seer on that. With case, there's no point in keeping removal about. Like, it's a very use it or lose it mentality, which is pretty beneficial. Opponent's got 3 mana available. I haven't seen any counter magic through all 3 games. I think I should respect it though. No, we saw a snare turn game 1. I mean, if case doesn't okay, it resolves. It just resolves. Okay, we'll pitch Ashenil. So maybe the opponent's got a Wanshi. Maybe Wanshi. Just nothing. Okay. Make me overthink for nothing, why don't you, buddy? Let's go Steam Vents. Let's attempt to drop the Needlehead. Let's warp out our dragon. Okay. And that's dead? And that's dead. That's fine. Other than boomerang basics to bounce this case, I feel quite comfortable. What are you going to get back? I do just want to be as mana efficient as I can. Put you to 13 and have a 2-3 in play so I can unlock this case. Maybe you do have your boomerang basics, but it just means I get to draw more cards with this case, which is currently the whole plan of the case. So that's like into a seal, yes. I mean, I do get to play around this disdainful stroke for a bit. So I think the Needlehead can come down. I'm okay with that. Not afraid of losing out on this Lynx. Like, presumably opponent's going to try and do the whole draw additional cards things for the sake of a Tiger Seal. Opponent can play as many blue spells as they'd like. I mean, I'll trade 2 for 1 to get rid of your board presence. You're just eagerly sitting on the disdainful stroke, which is fine by me. I'm going to draw in so many other cards over the next few turns. Doesn't really matter. That Hexing Squelcher is a lovely draw. Use your disdainful stroke now. So hopefully opponent doesn't have like Consult the Stars or something, but presumably they're just waking up the Sanctuary. Nice, simple game. You're going to get an Otter, you're going to go fetch up Torch. You probably can't waste your whole turn doing that. I will happily take 3 from it. Okay. I do have access to 7, so I don't have a problem running out this Hellkite. I have been quite fond of this one-of Squelcher. It's nowhere near good enough to be more than a one-of, but when it unlocks the ability to do stuff through known counter magic, it's pretty damn good. Okay, I'm going to slow roll this strike because, I mean, Nova Hellkites are going to be able to do stuff anyways, and I've got no good reason not to try and play around stuff. I mean, I'm not entirely sure what I'm playing around, but okay. Okay. That'll do. Alright, I'm not sure what round I'm on, but I'm nowhere near. I'm just short of an hour long record, so we're going to go again. And we're on a mult of 5, it looks like. Okay. I mean, if a 5 was going to get there, it'd be this one. Don't need to keep the steam vents. Don't need to keep the second basic. Sure. I don't feel like putting a spell away is going to be correct. We can ride a higher claw for a little bit, hopefully. I mean, if opponent doesn't have immediate removal, we are going to ride this higher claw for as long as it takes to make it feel like we've... Okay. They do have removal. Oh my god. We played Swamp and had removal. And more removal? That's a nice pair of hexes to lead the game off on, buddy. I mean, we might as well keep adding to the board. Don't think there's much point in doing absolutely nothing right now. Third hex, oh my gosh. Okay, so this is Doomsday. Yeah, this is going to be Doomsday. Triple hex into stock up does sound like a very Doomsday sort of deck. So, I don't think I'm allowed to do much. I mean, I need to just find ways of closing out, right? So all this deck, all I need to do, so let's put you to 14. There's land. You can't hex a Hellkite. Put you to 10. Okay, so basically you're desperately digging for Doomsday. Slightly presuming you've already got the Avarice. That Hellkite's dead. It's like a teeny tiny bit Fluck needed on my behalf to close this out. Longer it takes my opponent to find Doomsday and or Superior Spider-Man, the better I feel. Okay. You can have your own Hellkite, which is fine. I don't want to play out the Firebrand. I think Soulstone's sank. Oh, high risk, high reward. That's where we have to be. What the what's it transform into? I mean, I don't get to interact with it, but it'd be fun to know how much I should care about it. Okay. Was that the 4th Quieten Hex? Okay. Okay, Riverchen Monument. So this what? I'm not sure what deck I'm playing into, which is entertaining. I don't want to just jam out Hellkite into Hellkite. I might as well play for a little bit of knowledge gain. Okay. Yeah, we'll just go face. Fine with this. Okay. What's the speed on board? Like, could be 6 this turn. It's not going to be 6 this turn. It can be 2. Okay. Case of the Crimson Pulse is probably my best draw for now. I don't need to wake up my Sanctuary only for it to get killed instantly. Yeah, I don't need the insta kill on it. Okay, well, slowly running out of things that we can actually do, so we might as well jam this down. We either force the jump, sure. Let's find out how bad this can be for me. I'm at 9. Well, she got. Yeah. And I'm dead. Opponent's got a bunch required 10 hex, so I can't even man this up and jump. Okay, what are we playing against? Blue-black control? Presume you can call it blue-black control. Let's get Soul Guide Lanterns in. Let's get this Rowl in. I lost from drawing a little bit too many lands, so. And if this is a controlling deck, the matchups can be slow enough that missing land drops isn't really going to be the thing that loses me the game. And I did see Caveron, so we'll have Siren. I'm not sure what I'm playing into, but does this sideboard make sense? Graveyard Hate, Spider-Man Hate, Long Game Helper, Long Game Helper. Yeah, sure. I mean, I've won everything else. Every other game that I played today, every other match that I played today, so, well. I've won every game that you've seen on this video today, so I suppose I deserve to lose at least one. Presume Hex is coming. Probably should have traded for at least a life point, but it's all the same. Let's presume there's another Hex coming. I mean, notably sticky card for our opponent. That's impressive. That is statistically impressive from my opponent. Into the monument, that's okay. Can we see a land? I said land, that's not land. It is, but it's not what I meant. Okay. Maybe we can get grinding. We got our ding on. What else? Okay. Opponent's just slowing down and taking their time, which is okay. What's my best option here? I think I just want to get links out there. It's either another hex or a spell snare. I don't mind links being in play. Kind of encourage my opponent to use one of their premium removal spells on it, which unlocks attacking with Hellkite soon. Got to see? No. Just going to take up the Needlehead. I mean, this is a really aggressive turn, but I like the sound of it. We bounce the Misery. We warp out the Hellkite. We get in for 9. We've got Burst Lightning in our hand to finish them off. They effectively have 2 things that they need to be considerate of, and whatever I can draw. So what would it be? I mean, if this fails, we've got this. You have to answer this. So you need shoot the sheriff. No. Game number 3, that felt a little bit nicer. We're going to be on the draw. Okay. Okay, so I think the only thing we're hoping for is opponent not to draw more than one required 10 hex, and then we can like feel a bit more comfortable. But it's okay, we're fine. Okay, is this a curve? It looks a bit curvy. The 10-1 hex from our opponent's going to be upsetting, but I'd rather use it there then and now. No hex, Cruel Claw with a gift. Seems aggressive. Let's not give you a good target for burst right now. Let's attack and grow. This hand is just looking juicy. I just want to take my time and make sure we can unravel everything. Deceit. What, you stripping the case? Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, we'll have a tap land. Get in. Get in and grow. So I presume opponents. Does feel like opponents struggling quite a bit this game. Okay, what are you doing? Can you draw me into Seer? No, but burst. What's the ward? Ward 1. So we can actually offer the thing here. You do have to take it. This can come down. We can almost just go over the top. There might be a use burn spell on Razorkin to deny this life gain, but going to 12 is not a lot. Doesn't feel like it should be enough, so we're gonna go ahead and try and gnaw it. Okay, deceit. What you doing with deceit? Okay. Okay. Slightly getting cooked. Shock. I need to save this burst lightning for the Gearhulk. I am allowed to attack with this shock in hand. Yes. We'll get it finished. Burst lightning there, okay. He's doing it for blue to bounce the hide claw, that's fine. Yep, this is fine. So I've got to take 4 this turn. Swap life totals. Pay 2. Kick it. Kick it and pay the ward. Additional seer would have been lovely out the board. If I ever see this deck again, I'll remember to bring in another seer. Hide claw down. Have no problem with just top decking at the moment. Would like to see the case. We've seen a case already. Just want to see another case, and then we can kind of sweep up the top. Ral wouldn't be a bad draw. Lynx would be extremely medium. More Hellkites. Any burn spells? Ashenil. Okay, so that's going to be Deceit. I mean, suppose it's not the Oiler. Yeah, I don't really want you to be able to change your mind on what's in play. So let's not bounce it. Let's get you to 8. Let's try and lock you out of playing a few spells. There's a thought about bouncing this, but I'd rather you can't change it up for the Gear Hulk. I mean, I was very concerned if this was going to be a Gear Hulk last turn. I don't want to be a Gear Hulk this turn. Small thought about bouncing my own Hellkite to protect it from removal spells, but opponent has shown discard spells, so yeah, no. Opponent's got 3 cards in hand. Deadly cover up. Okay, everything's getting swept. You're taking out my Hellkites. Stripping all my Hellkites. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're top deck racing. I'll keep something in my hand, make it question. You can win in 2 with Restless Reef. You don't want to, that's fine. Not convinced you got better draws. I mean, this solidifies you into better options, I presume. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're at 3, I'm at 2. I've got something to block a reef. Okay, that's fine by me. You probably should have just attacked with the reef. I mean, opponents not attacked with the reef multiple turns when they probably should have for the GGs. Finally there, okay. What would have been my next draw? Shock, strike, yeah. Okay. Close game. Alright, so that was the roundup with Red Deck wins today. I don't mind the deck. These Harriers really do need to be something else. Sadly didn't get any playtesting against the control decks like I really wanted to, but all in all, I mean, I still enjoy playing it. I'm just until I get significant playtesting against control decks, I'm not 100% sure I want to play this at the weekend. Anyways, thanks for watching. Like it, subscribe it. Do all the stuff that's good for the algorithm.